that is one major observation I would like to make. The president and his cabinet got the Omnibus law approved just a couple of weeks ago, and it came into force even on the 2nd of November, if I'm yes, on the 2nd of November. So that is and was all along a flagship piece of work for the president, and he has pulled it off. From the EU side, we are very hopeful that now that it is adopted, the further work will happen swiftly, and the adoption in a very consistent manner with the spirit of the law, and with the option of the implementing regulations, of which there are many, and it is clearly something that all of us have an interest in following very closely, in order to make sure that the openings and the positive simplification that the Omnibus law promises is now pulled through in the detail in the various sectors. The EU is on its side, of course, very keen to match or parallel this drive towards simplification and for opening up of the economy through the negotiation of our future comprehensive economic partnership agreement. It will cover investment rules. It will cover trade rules in all trade in all respects, the goods and the services. And we hope that our negotiations can benefit from the Omnibus law, in the sense that some of the things that earlier we thought we would have to negotiate may have been solved in the meantime, and hence we might be able to proceed more swiftly. This will still be some road to go for us in these talks. It is detailed, and there is a lot of work, and a number of the big trade questions of Indonesia, of course, need some answering still as a result of the structure of the economy and the historical trade policy of this country. So we look forward with very good spirits, with very good drive to make this go. We hope that the smaller stumbling blocks that we have encountered on our road will be solved quickly, so that we can strike a deal. And once we have that deal, then we are convinced that the future SEPA can help boost the economic recovery of Indonesia. It can contribute to that effort by boosting the business sector, private sector in particular, and by helping to create jobs and generate income for the people. We have done these studies, impact studies, that show this very clearly, that the future SEPA will create a good 350,000 extra jobs in textile, leather, and footwear alone. It will generate more GDP, rising slowly from an extra 2.8 billion euros in a year to once the to 5.2 billion euros extra GDP once the SEPA agreement is in full swing by the early 2030s. So that is massive money, and is certainly something that will help Indonesia along its target to be a high-income country by the year 2045. Fundamental, of course, remains getting COVID under control. That is true for Indonesia. both from the pandemic side and from the economic side. The government has been working very hard on mounting an economic package that is quite impressive. Implementation is a task, evidently, but there is indication that some of the economic blows have been softened as a result of the government action. The EU is doing the same. Just yesterday, you may have read, there was a final political agreement on the EU's 1.8 trillion euros financial package for the years 2021 to 2027. 1.8 trillion euros, a figure that doesn't fit on my mobile phone calculator, and I have no clue to how to translate it in rupiahs either. But it's a massive amount of money that, of course, has to be combined with the spending that will be done at the level of the individual member states. So we hope that we can strengthen Europe's recovery through a green recovery, and thereby also stay a very strong and stable market for Indonesia. Vaccines, of course, that is the big hope. And good news just 2 days ago with a promising vaccine by Pfizer, the US firm, and its partner, a German partner, BioNTech, from central Germany, with a support from a loan from the European Investment Bank, seem to have developed a vaccine that might offer solace to us all, because that's the bottom line, of course, for economic recovery, for sustainable economic growth to return to us, including Indonesia. We need to have a vaccine to weed out the pandemic as soon as possible. I stop there by saying that we remain very positive about Indonesia's growth, echoing the sentiment that was also voiced in your business confidence index. We remain convinced of the vitality of this country, of its economy, of its human resources. Work needs to be done, that is clear, but it can be done. And in other words, the EU and the UK will be partners in a fantastic growth story of Indonesia for the coming decades to come. Thanks very much indeed once again for the invitation.